So this might be the most comfortable shoe of the entire year. And shout out to Brooks because they sent me 2 different colorways. This is the Brooks Glycerin Max 2, the follow-up to last year's Brooks Glycerin Max, one of my favorite max cushion sneakers ever. Seriously, huge thank you to Brooks. This shoe is crazy. Yo, these are mad soft. Now to be fair, the carpet's not a good indicator of softness because it's also soft, but just feeling how soft that midsole is, I think it's DNA tuned foam. But will it be the softest sneaker of the year? I don't know, you'll have to stay tuned. Subscribe, check out my TikTok and my Instagram at Real Seth Fowler when I put these guys through their paces, but they do feel good, and the upper is crazy comfy. Now these are definitely meant for running, but like with the first Glycerin Max, I wore that shoe as a lifestyle shoe on a pretty regular basis. To be honest, I think I like the look of that shoe a little bit better, and that's mainly because I really dug that colorway that first released, but this one is also not bad, and realistically, it doesn't look bad for lifestyle wear as well if you're into that sort of runner vibe. I mean, talk about chunky midsoles, man, that's crazy. The Brooks Glycerin Maxes just dropped on Brooks' website for 200 bucks. I think on December 2nd is when they officially dropped, and for me, this really is a follow-up to one of my favorite max cushion shoes of all time. So they got a lot to live up to. But hey, if you're interested in what could be the most comfortable sneaker of the year, stay tuned because later on in this video, I unbox what could be the grail of the year. I don't know if this is shoes, but it did show up in my UPS box, so let's open it up. Huh. I genuinely have no idea what this is. I mean, I know what it is, it's a car, but I don't know what it is or where it's from. It looks like it's from Rakeen Ahmed. Shout out to you, Rakeen, I really appreciate it. I don't know what it is. It's a dope sculpture though, and I dig the elephant print, so thank you so much, this is awesome. Rakeen, shoot me an email or something, let me know what this is, because this is dope. Shakalicious. So there was an outer box to this, but I didn't know this was a pair of sneakers, so I opened up that box already. So here we go. All right, they come in a bag, let's go. Come to think of it, that's where the candy came from. I did already eat the gummy candy. Shout out to Shaq. Look at these. A gummy candy inspired colorway of the new Shaq Devastators. Yo, these are nice. I feel like Shaq would be devastated if I didn't put these on. Oh, the insole says Shakalicious. That's awesome. Shakalicious. So I already opened this one, but I wanted to show you guys because it's awesome. This is the latest collaboration between Up There and New Balance on their 991 V2s. Mate, honored to be sending you these, UT. Shout out to Up There, one of Australia's premier sneaker boutiques, and they're constantly collaborating. They're dropping banger after banger, and this one is no different. This pair dropped on Black Friday, and I believe it's completely sold out. It features this really nice black mesh upper with reflective accents, a carbon fiber inspired midfoot panel, and of course, Up There green hits on the logos, on the heel, and on the outsole. Plus, you've got a gum outsole too, which I really dig. Oh, and some extra laces with green Up There lace tips. You can never go wrong with New Balance quality. I'm stoked to throw these on feet. They actually came on lace, but I laced them up for the B-roll, but I have not yet worn them, so let's throw them on feet, see how they feel. Am I gonna try on every pair of shoes in this video? Maybe. According to Up There, this design was inspired by the golden age of sneaker collecting. The design is influenced by coveted made in England releases from the early 2000s, evoking a time when the internet brought global community together. It says here that Up There worked closely with New Balance designer Sam Pierce, and they introduced a new material and design elements to the 991 V2 performance meshes, combined with a carbon fiber leather effect for technical edge. Full grain leather overlays for a luxury contrast, and the palette of black and reflective silver features flashes of our signature green. To signify the partnership, +61 is embroidered on the heel, the international calling code for Australia, the upside down, made in England. They absolutely killed these. This is a fire pair of shoes. We're on this colorway hits with the white apothecary socks. Man, yo, this is actually kind of crazy. The front says Vintage Frames Company X Stash. Let's go. Now there is a combination lock on the top. Let's see if it's unlocked. It might not be unlocked. You know what? I just didn't know how to open it. Moment of truth. No way. Look at that. That's crazy. This is a private event invite. Let's go. Now by the time this video goes live, it's over, so you guys can't come even if you see the invite. Sorry. I can't go either, it's in Miami. No way. We've got a Stash spray can right there. It says, take care of your shoot. This briefcase too is crazy. We got some spray painted details on top of the foam. Yo, I think that's everything actually. This is crazy. For an invite? Bro, Vintage Frames Company and Stash went off on this. This package is nuts. Bro, we might have just gotten like 3 new set pieces. This is dope. Yo, shout out to Vintage Frames Company. I really appreciate that. This is awesome. Next up, we got a package that I bought. This is from Analog. This is the Analog 3D. Now, I have already unboxed this, but here's a clip of me doing that. So here it is. This is absolutely crazy. If you guys didn't know, this is a modern way to play your N64 games on your TV. In fact, this is essentially hardware emulation. It's not like an emulator where you download games and then install ROMs or something like that. This is actually like hardware emulation. So you plug in your actual N64 games and it plays it just like an actual N64 on your modern OLED 4K TVs. It's crazy. I don't know if you guys have tried playing an actual N64 through like one of those little crappy HDMI converters on a nicer, newer TV. It looks terrible. This makes it look amazing. Plus you're getting the full 32 bits of color, whereas on older TVs, like older tube TVs and things like that, you can only get 16 bits color. So you actually get to see the games in the full color that they were meant to be seen in. Plus it works with original hardware. I'm talking actual N64 controllers. Check this out. Let's go. This is so dope. Now, I actually bought this for resale. It was $500. It retails for $250, but it sold out completely, and then it restocked. But I did a full review of this device over on my tech channel. Seriously, check it out, Seth Fowler. I've been posting videos there like crazy, even more so than on my sneaker channel, and I think you guys really might like it if you like tech. Next up, we've got another banger that I've actually already dropped some content on, but I wanted to show you guys in the main channel just in case you missed it. This is the Mosh Runner V2, and this is Mosh's official collaboration with Staple, or Jeff Staple. Comes with a dust bag, you got a note, and then you got the shoes themselves, which are actually like incredibly high quality. The material quality is nuts. So I don't know if you were collecting sneakers back in the 2000s, but in 2006, a pair of sneakers dropped called the Nike Dunk Purple Pigeons. Well, they weren't officially called that, that's what people named them, and they essentially looked like the regular pigeons that dropped a year earlier in 2005, but instead of the accent colors being pink, they came in purple, and they also didn't feature the Staple Pigeon logo on the heel. But because people love the Staple Pigeons so much, the Purple Pigeons took off to a point where people actually think of them as being real Staple collaborations. It's sort of like a sneaker Mandela effect. People actually think that the Purple Pigeons were an official collaboration when they weren't at all. But this is actually an official Purple Pigeon collaboration. This is the Mosh Runner V2 Purple Pigeon collab with Jeff Staple and Staple. It features an actual Staple Pigeon on the heel, and it comes in that beautiful Purple Pigeon colorway, of course, with Staple branding and Mosh branding as well. And this shoe is absolutely fire. So check it out. Also, Mosh may or may not be on the podcast in the future. It hasn't been filmed yet, but it's in the works. And check out Jeff Staple on the podcast if you guys haven't yet. But seriously, huge shout out to Mosh for killing these. The quality on these is crazy, and they actually dropped for pre-order today. These do look fly. I'm not gonna lie, these are crazy. Seriously, check them out, and the quality on these is ridiculous. Way better than probably the original Dunks. But if you're a fan of collaborations like this, the next couple shoes are going to blow your mind. And again, there's a Grail coming up. Stay tuned. This collab, probably one of the most limited shoes out there. Justin Bieber is officially launching his own 3D printed pair of Skylarks. It's called the Earthbender, and it comes in the lilac colorway. And of course, it's printed by Zellerfeld. They sent me a size 10, so maybe it fits like a size 9, or maybe they just accidentally sent me a size 10. Either way, all good. I've seen these. Justin and Haley, and actually the designer of this shoe and Skylark, Finrush Taylor, have been posting these online. These are crazy. So I believe these launched in Tokyo, I think yesterday, at least at the time of me filming this video. And I would guess that they're gonna be launching either through Skylark or through Zellerfeld sometime in the very near future. These definitely have like a race shoe slash soccer shoe inspired vibe, especially with this tongue that kind of flips over, which I think has a Skylark logo underneath. Oh man, they really stiffened up the midsole. That's cool. It feels like you've got a plate in the midsole. This shoe is crazy. So I've worked with Zellerfeld a lot in the past, obviously. You guys have seen a lot of shoes that they've sent me, and also I have a pair of shoes that I printed with them. But one of the coolest things about their Zeller foam printed shoes, or TPU printed shoes, is that not only can they completely change the look of the shoe, but they can also completely change the feel of the shoe. This shoe feels completely different than any other pair of Zellerfelds that I've ever owned. Like, it really feels like there's a plate in the midfoot right there. Like, this feels really stiff, and it's because presumably they increased the infill, which is so cool. And of course, as you probably already know, these mesh areas are very soft, very pillowy, very foam-like. The smooth areas are a bit more like a synthetic overlay feel. It's all the same material though, which is super crazy. It just depends on the way that they're printing it, the infill and the texture and the shape. The outsole is crazy too. You've got these traction nubs, which are super cool. Of course, the Skylark logo in the midfoot. This shoe is dope, man, and they've been teasing the crap out of this for months, so I'm really excited to actually have these in hand. Huge shout out to Skylark, Finrush Taylor, the designer of these, and of course Zellerfeld for sending these my way. These are super, super dope. Let's try them on. Okay, so they are a bit long, so maybe Zellerfeld didn't mean to send me a size 10. However, on the sides though, because they're a little bit stiffer, maybe a size 9 would be a bit too tight. I actually don't know. Yeah, these are clean, man. This vibe is so different too. These are crazy. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I mess with these heavy, actually. I really mess with these. Now again, I don't know when these are releasing to the public, but presumably soon. So I just talked to Cornelius, the founder of Zellerfeld, who we've actually also had in the podcast. Seriously, check out that episode as well. But he says these are the slimmest looking 3D printed shoes yet, and that's because they're getting better and can now allow for less thickness, leading to availability of more common looking, slimmer silhouettes from now on. The flap on the instep, nice detail. When you flap it up, you can see the Skylark logo. Saw that. Designed by Finrush Taylor. Again, shout out to Finrush Taylor. He's awesome. And Justin Bieber, as an ode to their love for soccer. So it's definitely a soccer inspired shoe, which you could tell. It says the drop is super exclusive, only available at the Tokyo pop-up starting on the 4th of December. Yo, so these actually might be stupid limited. Yo, check these guys out. I'm not just gassing these up because I like Zellerfeld and Finrush Taylor and Justin Bieber, but no, these are dope. I really, really like this, and the vibe is so crazy. Speaking of crazy vibes, I've got a brand new signature silhouette from one of my favorite athletes of all time, as you can tell from the top, the JE1s. I'm a diehard Sixers fan, and when Joel Embiid first dropped his Under Armour sneaker, it was fine, but now he's officially with Skechers, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect when I heard that, but now that I've seen the shoe in person, pretty dope. So yesterday I got invited to the Skechers launch event at Lapstone and Hammer in Philadelphia for these shoes. Joel Embiid was there. I'll tell you guys about that in a second. But the whole Skechers team was there. I got to meet like the designers behind the shoe, and actually I got a chance to pull the designer of the shoe aside and talk to him for a while. His name is Andrew. And what's cool is that he's not just some like random Skechers designer. This is a dude who's been in the footwear industry for years at brands that we all really know and love as sneakerheads. So what I really like about what Skechers is doing is that they're getting people who have been in the industry for years, who have created silhouettes and collaborations that we really know and love, and they're bringing them to Skechers because Skechers like seems like they have infinite money at this point because they're such a huge brand. And they're creating some really cool stuff. And the JE1s, I'm not just saying this shoe is fire. And from the top in this colorway, you definitely get those sort of Grinch vibes, which I love. Now Andrew was telling me about all the design details on the shoe and how on the back of the shoe you've got 3 different pillars that represent the things that are important to Joel Embiid. The TPU pattern upper is inspired by his love of different things, all kind of coming together and coalescing in this one shoe, creating a super unique aesthetic. You've got JE on the tongue, of course, and then the outsole, of course, the Skechers logo, and the same sort of pattern that you have in the TPU upper. But I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, yo, listen, like it's a Skechers, like we don't care. Well, first of all, I think you should open your mind a little bit to sneakers because brands like Skechers and Brooks are kind of in the same place that Asics and New Balance were 5 years ago. Like no one really cared about them in the lifestyle world, but now those brands are like the kings of the lifestyle world. I think that there is a potential that these two brands maybe might not be in the exact same place, but have the potential to be there eventually. It just depends on how well they navigate the lifestyle space. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm really excited about what brands like Skechers are doing because it's a brand that, I'll be honest, 5 years ago I didn't care for. And even till recently, I wasn't a huge fan of because I just would never wear their shoes. But when they got into the basketball performance line, that's when my ears started to perk up. And when they got Joel Embiid, that's when I was like, okay, listen, we gotta talk about this now. But where the story gets crazy is that because this was a launch event for Joel Embiid's first signature sneaker with Skechers, he was there, and I actually had a chance to meet him. How's it going, man? Yo, it's really good to meet you. Could I have you? I know it's kind of warm, but could I have you sign? Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. So I got my pair personally signed by the man himself. I got to meet him. That was so crazy. A huge Joel Embiid fan. This is like really rad. Actually, the ball right there in my set that you guys see in every single video is a Joel Embiid signed ball. So now I've got a Joel Embiid signed ball and a Joel Embiid signed pair that I actually got signed by him. That one I got from, I think, doing a video with Pristine Auctions. And this one, I actually met Joel Embiid, sat down with him for like a second and got it signed. So that means that this shoe absolutely deserves a space on the background shelf. I just don't know exactly where yet. This might be crazy. This might be stupid. I don't know. I've had these Tokyo 5s in this case since 2019 when I got them at Complex Con for free. I still have to pay taxes on them because even though I won them, they had me fill out this tax form, so I had to pay like $500 on them. As much as I love these shoes, and as great as they are, and I have worn them, I think their time in the sun has come. And you know what also? I think because they've been in the background of my set for so long, the left shoe is sort of discolored and the right shoe isn't. I'm gonna put the Joel Embiids. Do they fit? They do fit in the case. So now I've got the signed off whites by Virgil Abloh and the Joel Embiid signed by Joel Embiid. I'm so stoked on these, man. This is so crazy. I don't know where I'm gonna put it yet, but it's gonna go on the set somewhere that you can see. I did order a second pair. I actually bought the black and blue pair, which is the other launch colorway that kind of has this sort of iridescent, almost galaxy vibe to it. That pair should actually be delivered today, and if it's delivered before this video goes out, I'll throw up some B-roll. I'll have editor Tim throw up some B-roll of the shoe. Shout out to editor Tim, check out his channel, linked in the description below. But this shoe not only looks really cool, but it's also a good performance sneaker on court. And apparently Joel Embiid was very heavily involved in the design of the shoe. In fact, the height of this shoe was changed because Joel Embiid wanted it to be a little bit lower. He was wearing a different pair of Skechers on court. He felt like they were a little bit too high, so he asked them to cut down around the ankle area a little bit, and I actually think it gives the shoe a bit more of a sleek aesthetic. Now this pair is available for sale right now for $130. I believe there are 3 colorways available right now. There are 2 colorways available in store at Lapstone and Hammer. Next up, we've got a pair which is definitely a grail for a lot of people, including myself, but it's not the grail that I'm talking about in today's video. This is my size, finally, in the Travis Scott Fragment Air Jordan 1 Lows. The pair that I reviewed was a size 8.5, but I was able to get a size 9 from Stadium Goods, and here it is. It is finally here. I've gone so back and forth on this shoe about whether I want to spend the money on it or not spend the money on it, but I ended up spending the money on it, and honestly, it feels like the price wasn't too crazy because it's kind of stayed the same. Now, it has dropped like $100 to $2 since I bought this pair, but I don't think it's going to drop that much more because it really did just drop at that Tokyo pop-up and on Travis Scott's website, and I think that's it. Now I finally have a pair in my size, which I'm excited to rock. Look at these. Clean, simple. Not my favorite Travis Scott Fragment. That's reserved for the first Travis Scott Fragment, but a very clean second colorway. And a pair that I'm happy to have. Like, there's not a lot of pairs that I've spent resale on that I've kept this year. A lot of them I bought for videos, and a lot of them I didn't keep. This one though, this is probably a keeper. I do like these a lot though. Check out the review if you guys haven't yet. Yo, so literally, as I was filming this video, a massive box came in from Zellerfeld. This was not planned. I was kind of hoping this box would come in like a couple days ago, but it came in as I was filming this video, and I'm so excited to show you guys what's inside. These are samples of the brand new Apothecary mules that are dropping officially first at SneakerCon DC this weekend, and then again online on Thursday, December 11th. I have not seen this colorway of the shoe yet in person. This is so crazy. Oh my goodness. The Lilac Apothecary Mule. It's here. I've been waiting for this shoe for so long. We knew we were gonna drop it. We just weren't able to get this material color yet, and now it's officially here. And I'm so excited. I can't wait. I literally can't wait. Oh my goodness. The first time we released this shoe, I think back in August, it dropped in 5 different colorways: black, oat, orange, red, and blue. I was rocking the orange earlier on in today's video. It completely sold out in less than an hour. And it's crazy because we didn't realize it was gonna sell like that. We actually overloaded Zellerfeld's printer capabilities at the time. It was a wild problem to have, one that I never expected. And like I said, we always plan to drop a new color, and this is it. The lilac colorway, which is so crazy. I'm so excited for these. I don't wanna throw these guys on just yet because we're gonna use these for our promo material, so I gotta take like videos and B-roll and everything of these and make them look super clean and fresh. If you missed out on the first drop, the good news is not only are we releasing the lilac colorway for the first time, but we are also restocking the oat and the black colorway. So if you missed out on those guys in particular, now you have a chance to grab them again for retail. And if you grabbed maybe only the blue, orange, or red colorway, first of all, we're not restocking those colorways, so you have a stupid exclusive pair of shoes, but also you can now grab like the cream or black if you'd like. So these guys officially drop online on December 11th. And if you're at SneakerCon DC, you can stop by the booth, scan your feet, and grab a pair of these for yourself, custom made for you. You won't actually be able to get it and walk out with it at the event itself because it is custom printed for your feet, but you are able to guarantee yourself getting a pair because you order it right then and there. Not only that, we're dropping our first ever official Godzilla license. Like, we have an official Godzilla Apothecary sock, which is dropping at SneakerCon DC. Of course, also dropping on our website. So if you guys want to grab that as well, here's a picture of it. It's crazy. I don't even have it yet. So yeah, Apothecary is doing some big things, guys. Make sure to stay tuned because we've got some really, really crazy stuff coming. All right, since I got a couple pairs, I'm gonna try them on. One of my favorite parts about the Apothecary Mule is the fact that they're so crazy comfy. And it's because of that Zeller foam, that 3D printed TPU that they use, and the way that the infill is done. So the footbed area is very, very soft. There's a lot of compression. It really does feel like a very soft foam. And this lilac colorway is an amazing colorway to add to the rotation, so I'm really excited about this. I'm genuinely stoked. Inside this box is one of the rarest sneakers of the entire year. It is a collaboration, and it showed up in my UPS box, and I had no idea it was coming, and I'm blown away. How do I know what it is? Well, I opened the box already, saw the box, and I was like, wow. And then I decided, you know what, let's put this in the video. So I haven't actually seen these shoes in person yet, but I have seen the box. So first up, you guys might recognize the Hidden logo. Shout out to Hidden. So this is the second colorway of the ASICS Hidden DS Trainer 14. This colorway first released at ComplexCon. I believe the number that I heard rumored, I don't know if this is true, but the number I heard rumored was like 25 pairs that were available at the event. You could go into the Hidden booth, you could see them, but you couldn't buy them. You could buy the other colorway, the white and green one, which I did drop a full review on my channel. Check it out through the links on the screen. The only way to get this pair at the event was to run into someone handing out like these, what looked like religious flyers. Take the flyer, open it up, and if it happened to have some kind of like ticket in it, you could get this pair for absolutely free. But shout out to Hidden for this pair because this might be one of my favorite ASICS collaborations of all time, and genuinely one of my favorite ASICS of all time because the colorway is crazy and wearable, and I'm so excited to show you guys. But here we go. The packaging is very similar to what you have on the original colorway of the shoe. The white and green colorway was called the Dawn colorway, and this one, as you can tell by the more nighttime inspired box, is the Dusk colorway. So without further ado, let's open them up. Let's see them in person for the first time. I'm so excited for this shoe. You can't even buy these for resale because like no one has them. Okay, here we go. These are so crazy. Oh my goodness. All right, so it's honesty moment right now. Yes, I like these a lot. Yes, some of that is because I'm a hypebeast and I like the fact that they're stupid limited. They are also apparently dropping today on Hidden's website, probably in very limited numbers as well. I don't know how limited that drop is at all. I would assume very limited if they only drop 25 at ComplexCon. But I don't just like these shoes because they're limited. Yes, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that that's not a part of it. Yes, having a crazy limited pair of shoes is cool. That's what sneaker collecting is about, having the rare stuff. That being said, the colorway of this shoe is crazy. I think this could be one of my favorite pairs of ASICS. Now, I talked to editor Tim about this shoe at ComplexCon, and he was saying it reminds him a lot of the Marvels that released a couple years ago. I think it was the Venom colorway. And while yes, it definitely has some Venom vibes to it, there's something about this shoe that just feels a bit more refined. Now, there are a couple details in particular that I like better, specifically these blue fades in each one of these little windows, kind of in between the metallic paneling on the shoe. You've got this blue honeycomb area. Of course, you got the Hidden logo on the heel. You've got, looks like an extra set of laces right here. Very nice. The outsole comes in black rubber with this really nice fade between lighter blue and blue in the midfoot section right there. Something else I love about the DS Trainer 14s is that the medial side and the lateral side of the shoe are pretty different. A lot of times when you see shoes, the only difference between the lateral side and the medial side is that the logo isn't there. In this case, the logo is still there actually, but it's a different vibe altogether. They've moved around some materials, moved around some color blocking. I like it a lot. You've got the moon phases on the tongue. You've got the hidden logo on the left tongue, the ASICS logo on the right shoe. I usually film B-roll before I throw a shoe on foot, but I haven't done that for any of these shoes. So I'm just gonna throw these ones on feet too. Yo, these are crazy on foot. Oh my gosh. And they feel good, obviously. They're ASICs. I mean, they're very comfortable on foot. Yeah, these look great. Yo, huge thank you to Hidden for these. These are stupid. I love these. These are so dope. If you're watching these on Friday before they drop, you still might have a chance to grab these. So check out Hidden's website, but they're probably gonna go quick. And I think they come with like this crazy special packaging. So check that out. Don't forget to check out the Apothecary Mules in Lilac, officially dropping at SneakerCon DC this weekend, and then again online on Thursday, December 11th. We're also restocking the Oat and the black colorway. So seriously check those out. Also, don't forget to check out the Godzilla drop happening this weekend as well. But with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one.